by Santa Cruz, and Malinga working on the inside. Santa Cruz got the better of most of the exchanges. However, Malinga was able to get some things done in that round, but still probably not enough.
This is the third round for the vacant IBF World Championship, scheduled for 12. 23-year-old Leo Santa Cruz is in the multicolored trunks, facing South African Vusi Malinga in blue.
So in the never-ending punch count watch, Santa Cruz, he only threw 106 in the first round, threw 118 in the second round.
He is a very busy man.
Good Lord.
And Santa Cruz, very effective in the first 2 rounds, Al, with the left hook to the body.
Yes.
And now he's starting to dig that left hook to the body and come up top.
Yeah, and if he can double with that hook, it's going to be really effective.
Fighting his southpaw, Santa Cruz saying, no problem, I used to sparring them in camp. I feel like I can be very effective, and the southpaw style will not hinder me at all.
You know, this is a big step up in opposition for Santa Cruz, and when he said this was a year earlier than he thought, he didn't say it with a lack of confidence, but he said it with the idea that I'm just being honest. But he is handling himself with poise and efficiency in that ring right now, and Malinga needs to land something of note, I think, to keep Santa Cruz off him. This is one of the better defensive performances, I think, from Santa Cruz. And watching the fights that I looked at, there were moments when he had some defensive lapses. Not so really early on in this match. He's keeping his hands up and blocking and slipping punches.
And Santa Cruz trained by his father, Jose. And he said that Dad has always been in my corner, and he's brought me along slowly, even though I'm getting this world title shot quicker than I expected. And over his last few fights, he started to put together a combination of punches that has been able to really slow down his opponents.
Yeah, he's really refined. You know, when you're a volume puncher, once you refine what you're doing, there's a nice right hand by Santa Cruz, and another one. He is starting to make his power felt to Malinga. Nice uppercut from Malinga, though, on the inside.
28 seconds remaining in the third round, scheduled for 12.
Man, this is a fun fight to watch. It really is.
Straight right hand getting through. Malinga stepping back, avoiding the sharp left hook by Santa Cruz. Now he's digging to the body. Santa Cruz well schooled, going up top and down low. Through 3. Austin Trout will face Delvin Rodriguez in our second championship fight. Following this one, and our Jim Gray is standing by with the man from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
All right, Gus, thank you very much. Austin, with so much riding and a big, big future and what's to come pretty soon, possibly, is there any chance you're looking past Rodriguez tonight?
There's not a chance, you know. None of that will come possible if I lose tonight. So everything's riding on this fight. So I can't look past him.
The boxing world has been saddened this week with the passing of Johnny Tapia from Albuquerque, New Mexico. You're from Las Cruces. You knew Johnny very, very well. He fought on Showtime many times. Are you dedicating this fight to him?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I want to represent New Mexico as well as Johnny did. I'm also dedicating this fight to a good friend of mine that passed, LeVar Washington. So LeVar and Johnny, I hope you guys are watching. This is for y'all.
All right, best of luck, and we'll talk to you afterwards. Afterwards, Austin.
Thank you.
All right, Gus, back out to you.
And thank you very much, Jim.
Yeah, him dedicating this fight to Johnny really shows Austin Trout's character, and of course we're going to be talking a little bit later about Johnny Tapia.
Vusi Malinga in the blue trunks, taking on Leo Santa Cruz in the multicolored trunks. 12 rounds, bantamweight division, 118 pounds for the vacant IBF World Championship. And so far, the young Santa Cruz has been terrific early on.
This is the best performance from the fights I saw before. This performance, he has raised his level of boxing right now. He's fighting very, very well against a really good veteran.
So let's take a look at the total punches brought to you by Show Stats.
Well, you see what he's done. First of all, the number of punches are remarkable. And you're only he's landing 29%, which isn't huge, but when you throw that many, you're probably not going to land at a better rate. And Malinga, obviously, down there around 19%. I mentioned Santa Cruz better defensively tonight than he has been. Nice combination, though, by Malinga.
Santa Cruz saying on fighting a southpaw, it's a little difficult, especially going to the body. But I can also switch to lefty. My dad, Jose, says I look strong when I switch to lefty. We haven't seen that yet, but there's that punishing left hook. He doubles it up to the body, and it backs up Malinga once again.
Wow, I mean, there's some punish. Wow, that's a left hook to the body. I mean, he gets so much leverage in that punch, and I believe it's a great weapon against the southpaw. You know, he promised us he would switch to lefty in this fight. But you know what I like about the fact that he hasn't? Everything's working. Why change?
Malinga looking a little wobbly. Starting to guard against that left hook to the body. He's flinching. When Malinga sees it coming, Santa Cruz could fake it and go right up the middle. Now he loops the right hand.
We're not at the point in this fight where everything hinges on Malinga's ability to stun or hurt Santa Cruz. Unless he can do that with something, he's going to be in huge trouble in this fight because the youngster is not going to slow down.
Malinga looking a little wobbly here in the 4th round. Now Santa Cruz going back to his jab, moving. Malinga eats another jab. Santa Cruz punches in bunches now. Good young fighter out.
He really is. Nice body work by Malinga, but Santa Cruz is putting on the performance of his career right now at the right time.
Don't forget, coming up later on tonight, it's the old Lions versus the young Lions, folks. Our main events. Antonio Tarver, our partner here at Showtime, taking on Nigerian Latif Coyote. And in our co-feature event, Winky Wright returns after almost 4 years to take on Kid Chocolate, Peter Quillen.
We talked about the volume punching of Santa Cruz and the body punching. You'll see both in evidence here. Tripling up with the jab after a lead right hand, and then these body shots have been hellacious against the 32-year-old. I mean, that's just great work on the inside.
And after a few of those body shots in the last round, Malinga started to anticipate the left hook coming. And as they say with going to the body, it's like depositing money in the bank. It will appreciate over time.
Get interest in round 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Scheduled for 12 rounds in the bantamweight division for the vacant IBF World Championship. No knockdowns in this fight thus far, as Leo Santa Cruz in the red, white, and blue takes on Vusi Malinga, the South African, in the blue trunks. Ooh, big right hand by Santa Cruz.
We put that in the keys, the overhand right, and man, he has used that punch very effectively in this fight. Now, I talked about Santa Cruz not slowing down, but in fact, he has never been 12 rounds. Malinga is 4-0 in 12 rounds. So we'll see as this fight wears on if the youngster can make that distance effectively or the veteran can. But right now, Santa Cruz is controlling the action. Malinga tends to square himself up as he just did there a moment ago, and then will get hit with the right hand.
Oh, another left hook that time by Santa Cruz. Backs up Vusi Malinga. Malinga trying to go back to his jab.
The interesting thing is it's not as if Malinga doesn't land his share of punches on the inside. He's landing some. They're just not hurting Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz is coming back with more precise and sharper punches.
And this young man, Leo Santa Cruz, has lofty goals. He said, I'd like to win this fight, defend it a few times, move up in weight, and maybe one day fight the great Nonito Donaire. Everybody wants Donaire nowadays.
Well, he's one of the top pound-for-pound fighters. Good jab and good body shot. And, you know, right now, the bantamweight division, people have fled, as you mentioned. Mares, Donaire moved up, Arce. Right now, I think it's a good time for him to be a bantamweight. If he could win this title, there would be some good fights for him down here at this division. And, of course, Malinga would like to win it and close out his career with some title defenses.
Now, we asked Vusi why he's been out of boxing for 19 months. He said, you know, they had the bantamweight tournament. I was supposed to fight Joseph Ekbeko. He fought Abner Mares twice, and I was kind of an odd man standing outside looking in on all the action that was taking place in my weight class.
Yeah, and it froze him out for a little while.
All right, that's the end of the 5th round. Time now to join the professor of pugilism, Steve Farhood, with an Olympic heavyweight.
Thank you very much, Gus. The man's name is Dominic Brazil, like the country, but the country he'll be representing in London in the Olympics is America. He will be our super heavyweight representative. Dominic, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
When I say the names Riddick Bowe, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, those are some of the guys that preceded you as the super heavyweight representative of the United States in the Olympics. How does that make you feel?
You know, it's great to be even mentioned with those legends. You know, it's great. It's phenomenal. It's a hell of a feeling.
Now, you were a football player. You were a quarterback at Northern Colorado, and here you are representing the U.S. in the Olympics. That's quite a step. How did it all happen?
You know, I made the transition about 3 years ago. A company named All American Heavyweights is putting together elite athletes and transitioning college athletes from sports to boxing. And, you know,